And as we affect a single strand, the whole web is affected.
Imagine this. A 13-year-old girl sentenced to 11 years in prison, 500,000 people, and an $11,000 1998 Jamboree RV. What do all of those have in common? I'll tell you. Hi there, I'm Kelsey. Welcome to the 1998 Justice Jamboree by Fleetwood, and we call her Jammy. This is my tiny home on wheels. Come on inside. We have a 3-burner stove. I put this piece of wood over it with these little handles so it doesn't shake when we drive, and also it gives you more cooking space. I also just built in this little shelf, which is like my library. I'm a writer and a filmmaker, and reading is like super important to me. Here I've got my house batteries. I've got 2 Deep Cycle RV AC Delcos. So it's dusty, but they run swell. AC is very powerful. It gets very cold in here. This is the original air conditioning unit. Because it's like 3,000 watts, it's very powerful to start up. It's got like a high start rate and then it drops down once it's on. You have to run it by either shore power or the generator. So I don't have a built-in generator, so I have a portable one. It's 100 pounds. It's a Predator 3500 watt. We've got a bunch of drawers, lots of storage space. My water heater's under there. So we flipped 180. You're seeing the second half of Jammy. The cab is still pretty much original, except for, and this is one of my favorite parts, underneath I started gluing the gift notes from all the donations we received for Soraya's case. Just a quick note about that. I bought this RV to shoot a documentary up in Oregon about a little girl who was wrongfully imprisoned, and I put a call out on social media, and because of COVID we knew we needed a van that we could sleep in and work out of. Because of flying we can't do it. And so if you have time to check out Justice for Soraya online, that is the project that this whole thing was created from. And so I wanted all the people who donated to be like a part of the van, and like when I'm driving I get to look up at the messages and I stay so inspired, and I can't believe millions of people around the world are like fighting for this cause. It's very cool. So plenty of storage. Everything's labeled because you want to have a place for everything in RVs. I can't stress that enough. So everything from tools to accessories to, you know, my skates are in there. We need a lot of space when you have camera equipment. We have editing tools. We have to have computers. So it's really important for us to have a lot of space to store those kinds of things. I mean, we are a mobile production company, and me and 3 of my crew plan on living in here. So there's going to be 4 of us total living in Jammy, 2 people sleeping up here, 1 here, 1 here, and we're all very close. What you do at night is you can flip both of these up and you can pull this piece of wood out, and it sits on here. And all of these pieces are like a puzzle, and it becomes a full to queen size bed. So it's actually really comfy. This dinette actually comes off and sits underneath on these little risers. And this whole thing folds out to become like a twin bed, which is epic because you could technically fit 5 people in here. You got to be able to be intimate with the people you're living in an RV with, okay? Because you're sharing close space. I mean, the bathroom is right there. The toilet's original. I pretty much gutted everything else. My water is connected to a pump, which connects to a freshwater tank that holds, I think, like 16 gallons of fresh water, I want to say, which is plenty for like a week of living, depending on how many showers you take. I've got a pretty cool like toothbrush cleaner in here that blue light cleans our toothbrushes, just because you never know like what kind of germs are getting in this bathroom. You know what I mean? You got to be very comfortable with these people, but we are fighting for a cause, and we know our uncomfortability is nothing compared to what Soraya has been through in the last 1.5 years, and we're happy to do it. So the reason why I bought Jammy is not because I wanted to escape my corporate job and go away to the woods and Instagram my granola, which is fine if that's your vibe. But when COVID hit, I heard about a story up in Oregon where a 13-year-old biracial girl had been yanked off of her psychotic medications and went into a psychosis, threatened to burn her house down, but never actually did. And the juvenile system sentenced her to 11 years in prison. And I couldn't believe it. I didn't believe it when I first heard about it. But after reaching out to the family, they agreed to let me document their life. I'm a filmmaker. I make documentaries. And, you know, Justice for Soraya became a viral trending hashtag. We raised over $30,000 for the family. We got 500,000 signatures on our change.org petition. I myself am a huge advocate and activist for mental health and the treatment of those living with mental health struggles. And I actually just wrote a book about it. And I feel like the universe was just giving me Soraya's story to, you know, I'm just a person. And I didn't realize that I could have an effect on someone else's life in such an impactful way just by being vocal about it and talking about the taboo things that, you know, people are afraid to talk about, like psychosis. It's very misunderstood. And like I said, the universe was just telling me, you got to get up there, you got to get to Oregon. So we actually rented an RV for the first time we shot, and it was great. It was exactly what we needed to stay socially distant but have a place to work, but it was so expensive to rent. So after we came back from our first shooting, I went straight online. I had been doing my research already on some Sprinter vans, but everything just fell into place. And, you know, we didn't have any budget for the documentary. It's just me and my friends making it. And so I put a call out on social media, and someone said, hey, you should start a wish list of things that you need for the van, like, you know, plumbing tools or, you know, just like things I didn't even think about. There was so much help from the community helping literally build Jammy. Like, I was recommended pretty much every piece that you see in here in order for us to get up there and go. And now, because of her case is pending and it's being pushed back because of the social media attention, I ended up with like 3 months of spare time until we could go up there and film anything. And instead of, you know, letting some company flip this, I just got straight to work and completely did every single piece of this van myself, DIY'd, from the cutting of the boards to the electrical to the plumbing, all so that we could get up there quicker. And we have like very exciting news coming out soon about the case, and me coming and doing this trip is just a little bit about tying the loose ends, you know, figuring out what I need. Like, for instance, I need more padding on this, or I need the shower door, or I need the fridge to work. So it's just about me as a director finding these little things so that my crew can live comfortably in here when we shoot. So we plan on going up to Oregon in October, and we'll live out of Jammy, and we're gonna change Soraya's life. So make sure you check out justiceforsoraya.com. It's justice, the number 4, Soraya.com, and you can find it all over the internet and read up more about her case and psychosis and mental health and what you can do to help. And finally, we are in the bedroom. This is where I sleep. I just installed these curtains for privacy, just because, you know, you park on the beach, people are walking by, you don't want them creeping in. Also next to my bed is where I keep my taser. Be aware. A big recommendation I have for anyone who's thinking about buying a van and traveling solo is safety first. I mean, you never know where you're going to end up being parked at night, and if you need to get out of there quickly, I've got a perfect exit plan. I can, you know, be alerted if someone's coming in the door. I've got a security system that I'm installing that's motion detected. I'll get alerts on my phone, yada, yada, yada. I can get up really quickly. I get my keys out of the secret spot that I keep them in, and I am in the cab, and I am getting the heck out of here in seconds.